It's Good Friday and I'm still in El Salvador. I'm staying in El Cuco, which is, look at this beach. Yeah, it's all the way down there. That's about 4 kilometers. And what you see right here is a place called La Tortuga Verde. And yeah, you can stay there. They have dorms and they have private rooms. And right now it's actually mostly local tourists. It's a very, very nice place. And what they do is they the money they make goes into wildlife preservation. They work with turtles and with seabirds, and they collect the eggs. They buy eggs from poachers so that the eggs can hatch. I've read a lot about La Tortuga Verde online, and I've seen a lot of videos about this place. I also talked to several people in El Salvador, and the craziest thing is that anywhere I go in El Salvador and I ask hostel owners or other El Salvadorans, you only hear the very, very good things about this place, you know? Like, it seems like everyone in this country seems to know him, like Tom, he's the owner, and everyone in this country really talks only positively about this place. So I just walked here. Like I said, I cannot stay here because it's been fully booked until the end of the month, actually. And I cannot stay in El Salvador for another 3 weeks because I'm running out of time a little bit. Anyways, so look at this place. I came here today to ask if I can volunteer in the future because I have a volunteer program. And they said yes, but it's hard to tell when they really need people and when they're overstaffed or have too many people. So I would have to ask on a short notice, but then again I would also have to come to El Salvador on a short notice, so it's kind of it's hard to plan ahead, you know. Anyways, just look at this beach. So today is Good Friday, and it's the biggest holiday in El Salvador. Well, the people take time off work and the whole family goes to the coast, but yet here there's nothing here, you know. I mean, of course there are people, but I mean, look at how much space you have. And now think of the beaches, like think of Coney Island in New York, or think of Mission Beach in San Diego, or what else? Yeah, Venice Beach. When is it ever this empty? Or think of all the beaches in Spain and Italy and France in the summer. They're packed. Here there's barely anyone here, you know. So where I'm staying over in El Cuco, I'm paying $10 for my bed in a hostel, and you can eat. I mean, I don't really eat because when it's hot I cannot eat, and then I try to eat once a day, and just like really like a handful of whatever, and then every 3 or 4 days I feel that I really have to eat. I just take 2 bites and I can't. Anyways, pupusas are 35 cents. And most of the local food is under $1, and I think almost everything here is under $2 when it comes to food. So just gonna give you guys a little bit more of the beach, and I'm gonna keep walking down. Alright, so I've been waiting for this to happen for quite a while. I finally hitched a ride in a pickup truck. I always wanted to sit in the back of a pickup truck while I'm hitchhiking. So I'm just hitchhiking down the beach. The beach is over there. And I have to hold on. And because it's super hot already, I'm burning because plastic is hot as well. So I'm just gonna give you guys a little view. Alright, so I'm still in El Cuco, and this is the road that goes into town. It's not really a town, it's just like 5 to 10 small streets, probably less than that. So every small village in Central America has a church. This place is so small they don't even have a church. Not that I need a church, but it shows you how small the place is. And I will also give you a walking tour. It's gonna be a short trip because it's a small place, but it's an amazing place. So right here, when you come in, You can get your Cuco fries, your French fries. They're $1, and the pupusas are 35 cents. At least that's what I'm paying for vegan pupusas. If you want to get multiple fillings that would not be vegan, then you might have to pay 50 cents. But so far, I only paid 35 cents. And you will notice in this video that there are a lot of cars and people. Today is Good Friday. It's the biggest weekend in the country for people and families to come together, take time off work. People here, they work really hard. So it's a big deal for them to get a weekend off, to get a long weekend off. So I yet have to see a Western foreigner in a Cuco. They're not here. The next beach over, that's the surf town. That's where people go for surfing. I'm sure there's some backpackers. But I was just on the other beach, further down, 4 kilometers, and there were no Western tourists either. Okay, so okay, so if you arrive by bus, the bus would stop over here at the greenhouse that says Pupuseria. And okay, there's one street over there, there's a second street, and there's a third street. Down there you would go to La Tortuga Verde. I'm just gonna call the longest street the Central Street.
Estamos con el tremendo ambiente. Bienvenidos a los señores turistas.
Alemania. All right, so this is considered a busy beach town, and El Cuco is very popular because it's not overdone. It's still very laid back, and it's like a lot of beach towns used to be a couple of decades ago. I don't want to call it underdeveloped because it developed just the right way. Some locals live here and they live off the few tourists. There's no nightlife whatsoever because I'm sure they don't want to have a party crowd like you have in other places. You know, I don't want to have a party crowd either, so I'm happy to be here. And to talk to you about more what the stuff costs here, a small bottle of water is 75 cents and a gallon is $1.50. My hostel is $10, which is on the other side of this block. It's called Hotel La Canela, and I think there's one other one here, but I'm not sure. And Hotel La Canela only has one dorm room with 8 beds. So this is the main square. And
sean bienvenidos a Playa El Cuco, les dice Caliente FM. Dentro de un par de minutos vamos a obsequiar un premio para aquellas que quieran participar y aquellos. Bienvenida. Está enojado.
So if I'm not talking this much in this video, it's because as you can hear, the music is really loud and people are blasting music at full volume. Okay, right now it's a low tide. During high tide, as you can see in my video from yesterday, the water would go all the way up to here, and the vendors, no matter if they're selling food or other stuff, they keep their stalls here too. They're not going to move the stalls. So if you see where the white gazebo is, if you take a ride at that white gazebo right here, and you walk down maybe 100 meters, that's where the hostel is. I'm not going to walk there right now, but I'm going to show you the beach. And again, today is the busiest weekend for holidays for Salvadorans the whole year. So this is considered a busy beach in El Salvador. Okay, so this is it for now. I'm gonna go drop off my stuff, go to the beach, and I have to find some water, which is easy to find, but I want to buy a gallon out of a fridge, because if they keep it on the shelf, it's really hot in the stores as well. There's no AC, so I'd rather buy my water cold. Alright, so I'm still in El Cuco in El Salvador, and I don't know why, but these pupusa places, they're not open during the day. If you walk around during the day, you see them just setting up shop, but then they set up shop, but they don't really open until it gets later. So I don't know if pupusas are a typical dinner food. Anyways, let's have a closer look. So one of them costs 35 cents. If you want to have a different filling with cheese and meat, it might be going up to 50 cents, but that's what it looks like. So it's, I think it's corn flour, and they make them from scratch. Whatever filling you want to have, they work into the dough, and then it goes on the hot plate. Also, what I found out is that the oil they use in all these places is canola oil. So I would not advertise canola oil usually, but it's much better than lard, which is pork fat. So when you're traveling, and you're kind of like a health Nazi, you have to do with the canola. That's the best you're gonna get as a vegan. They also have hot sauce and cabbage that you will get on the side, and that is included in the price. So they make these from scratch, and it's gonna take about 5 minutes for them to make them, and it's gonna take you 5 minutes to wait until you can eat them, because they're super hot and you're gonna burn your gums. Alright, so I'm just gonna wait 5 minutes, and then you can watch me eat vegan food for super cheap. Alright, so this is food right here. I haven't even started eating this yet. I'm already sweating like crazy because I'm sitting close to the hot plate. And I think it's 8 p.m. and we still have 35 degrees Celsius, which is like 90 something in Fahrenheit. I just waited 2 minutes, so this should not be as hot. What you can see here is cabbage, chili sauce, which is house-made. All their sauces are house-made, and 4 pupusas. Usually I don't eat as much, but I need to eat. So one pupusa is 35 cents, which means the whole plate is going to cost me $1.40, and this is house-made cabbage. As you can see here, they work the dough and then they put the filling inside. The frijoles are vegan here because they don't soak the frijoles and make them from scratch. They buy the frijoles pre-packaged, and I've seen the packages, and they have no lard. So the frijoles in El Salvador are gonna be vegan. So This is really good, really filling, and the cheapest you can get in Central America. I mean, this plate is $1.40, and unless you eat like a pig, you're gonna get double of this, and then it's $2.80, so it's still less than $3. I'm gonna enjoy this meal, and if you ever come to El Salvador, now you know where to go. This place is about 2 blocks from the bus stop in El Cuco. So just finished my meal, and I'm sweating like crazy. It's hot, had sauce on it. So one thing I still wanted to say is that these places are only open very early in the morning or late in the evening. These places are closed at night, during the day, and usually people eat it for breakfast or dinner, not for lunch. You can get them also wrapped up in aluminum foil, and then it's the cheapest food you can get for your daily chores or for I don't know, if you take a plane or a bus, because this food is better than anything they're gonna try to sell you on the bus. And it's also the cheapest and easiest food. And remember, this is, well, I'm not vegan certified because I don't get vegan certificates, but this is as vegan safe as it gets in Central America. And even if the filling of the other pupusas has cheese or chicken, they never touch, and the filling never comes out, and the filling never touches the hot plate. Usually I'm extremely picky when it comes to non-vegan places sharing food on one hot plate. It's not a problem with the pupusas because all the filling stays inside, so you don't have to worry about cross-contamination. Okay, I'm out. If you ever get to go to El Salvador, you know what to eat. If you ever get to go to El Cuco, you know where to eat.